Hello everyone and welcome to another strength workout with Cult Live. I am Nitish Balal, your coach for today's legs and abs workout. Before we get started, make sure you have a water bottle, hand towel, a mat and a pair of dumbbells just to get started with the killer workout today. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight into the warm-up. Okay, we're going to be doing 3 movements in the warm-up, focusing on our quads, glutes and our hamstrings so that we are prepped up for all the leg work that we're going to put in. Okay, the first movement is called a 90-90 transition. Okay, so for that what you're going to do is you're going to basically sit down on the mat with your legs at 90 degrees at both your knees. Okay, make sure that your heel and upper leg is at 90-degree angle, something like your legs are going to resemble a swastik symbol. Okay, from here what you're going to do is you're going to just keep your hands behind, and then from here you're just going to switch by keeping the heels in contact with the floor and just raising the knees off the floor, go whack. And while you do this, make sure your hips are not getting off the floor. Let the hips stay in touch. If the knees don't touch the floor, that's fine. The purpose is to stretch as much as we can. Alright, let's go ahead and hit 30 seconds of this one. Get ready and go. 30 seconds. Keep moving. Again, make sure my hips are coming off here. I stop here. I don't try and push myself while my hips come off. Stop here, switch, again go, hips are coming off, stop there. While you reach that position when your hips are going to come off, stay there for 2-3 seconds and then just keep moving. This is going to help you with your internal rotation on one leg and external rotation on the other. And 3, 2, 1 and rest. Excellent. The next stretch is something we are very familiar with, world's greatest stretch. You are going to get into a lunge, the rear knee on the floor, get your palms down on the floor, touch your elbow down to the ankle, point up. Touch your elbow down to the ankle, point up. We're going to repeat this 30 seconds each side. Alright, let's get started. 1. Every time you go down, inhale, go up, exhale. Keep moving. It's nice and simple. Just keep moving for 30 seconds and you'll thank your body later for all the freeness and ease you find while you're doing your squats and deadlifts. Alright, and 3, 2, 1 and switch. Okay, now you're going to switch legs, go to the other side and repeat the same. Okay, keep moving. Very simple. Elbow should touch the floor, palm should point towards the ceiling. While you're doing that, make sure your knees go out and your heel is on the floor. You shouldn't be raising your toes, neither your heels. Up. Very simple. You'll feel a good stretch in your hip flexor on the rear leg as well, on the rear leg. And 3, 2, 1 and rest. Okay, the third one is basically a combination of both your hamstring as well as your quads. Okay, for that what you're going to do is you're going to step forward, keep your glutes tight. From here first you're going to squeeze your butt in and stretch all the way forward. This is basically your night stretch so that you feel a good stretch in your hip flexor here, and from there you come all the way back and try and touch your forehead to the knee. This is basically your hamstring stretch. So this is a dynamic stretch where you also stretch your hip flexor, come back and stretch your hamstring. Alright, we're going to do 30 seconds each side. Let's go. Remember, throughout the movement you want to keep your butt squeezed in because that is what is going to give you the best possible stretch for both your legs. Okay, first when you get back to normal, first squeeze your butt, make sure your pelvis is tight, stretch forward, don't let go of your glutes, come back, bend down. Amazing stretch it feels. 10 more seconds. Forward, back and stretch. Forward, back and stretch. And switch legs. 30 seconds up. So we're going to switch legs. Again, first squeeze your butt. Push all the way forward, all the way back and stretch. Reset. Squeeze your butt. Push all the way forward. Push all the way back and feel the stretch. Again, squeeze your butt. Push all the way forward, all the way back, stretch your hamstrings. Last rep, squeeze your butt, push all the way forward, all the way back and stretch. Excellent job, guys. That's one round. We're going to repeat one more round of the same. Okay, let's get started. Starting on with the first movement, 90-90 transitions. Get into a position where both your knees are at 90 degrees. Get your arms behind. Try and sit as straight as you can. From there, keeping your heels on the floor, raise your knees up and touch. Let's get started. 30 seconds. Okay, again, remember, make sure that your hips don't rise up. Hips are in contact with the floor throughout, and feel a good stretch in your hip joint. Okay, every time you're going to stretch while you're rotating internally, the knee that is going internally, you'll feel a good stretch in your hip flexors at the top. Okay, and while you're doing this, make sure your heels are not moving left and right. They're at the same point. You just have to take them, keeping the heels on the floor, and rest for 30 seconds. While we rest, let's just go through the next two movements. The next movement is going to be world's greatest stretch. After that, we're going to be doing knife to hamstring. After we rest for 30 seconds, we move to the next one. All right, let's get started with the position. And let's go. Keep moving nice and simple. Every time you try and touch the elbow down to the floor, try and push your knee further out. Okay, good job, guys. Keep moving, halfway through. This is the last round of our warm-up. The more we are going to do it better right now, the more it's going to help us during the workout. We've got a bunch of movements. And 3, 2, 1, and switch. Switch legs, repeat the same on the opposite side. Again, try and push the knee as far apart as you can. Try and make sure you touch the elbow down to the floor. The rear knee is grounded on the floor. And keep moving nice and smooth. Halfway through. Good job, guys. Just keep moving. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now, we move to the third and final movement of our warm-up, knife to hamstring stretch. Get your leg forward, get into a nice position. While you're getting into this position, make sure your heel is front of the knee, so that while you push forward, there is enough room to stretch your hip flexors. Okay, and we begin. Squeeze your butt, lean forward, all the way back, stretch your hamstring. Reset, squeeze your butt, lean forward, all the way back, and stretch your hamstring. Reset, squeeze your butt, push forward, all the way back, hamstring. Squeeze your butt, stretch forward, all the way back, and 3, 2, 1, and switch. And we repeat the same for the opposite side. Again, heel ahead of the knee, first squeeze your butt, lean forward, all the way back, hamstring. Every time you stay here, you should feel a good stretch in your hamstring. Reset, squeeze your butt, forward, back, and hamstring stretch. And repeat, all the way forward, back, and stretch. Excellent. Last 10 seconds. And last one. Excellent job, guys. Excellent. That's the end of our warm-up. Take a small water break. Wipe that sweat off your face if you have one. I already feel to be sweating right now. And then we'll get started with our workout. Okay, so it's a leg workout today. So naturally, we're going to be doing most of our movements to be our lower body. So the first workout is basically a combination of 4 movements. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of it. Because it's lower body, we're technically using half our body. We're going to be doing 30 seconds of work, followed by 30 seconds of rest. The movements are relatively simple. I'll take you through all those movements. We'll do a bunch of reps every now and then whenever we go through every movement, and then get started with the workout. First movement is basically a dumbbell front squat. For that, what you want to do is get your feet as wide as your shoulders, point the toes slightly outside, put the weight on your heels, get the dumbbells into a front rack position. While you get the dumbbells into a front rack position, make sure your wrists are in line with your elbows. They shouldn't be either bent forwards or backwards. In line with your elbows. Get both the dumbbells up. Push your hips back. Push the knees out. Squat low and stand up straight. If you look at it from the side, What things do I want? Feet hip width apart. Start with your hips, go all the way down, squat below parallel, and then stand up. Knees should be in line with toes, and when you go to the bottom, your weight should be on your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes like that. See my toes, how they are moving? If your weight on your toes, you'll not be able to do that. Get your weight on your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes and then stand up. If while you go down, your back starts rounding like that, stay at the top. You don't have to squat all the way down. Okay? Let's try a bunch of 5 reps for this movement just to see if we can get this right or wrong. Okay? And 1. Exhale at the top. Inhale at the bottom. 2. Inhale while you go down. 3. 4. And 5. Excellent. Okay? That was your first movement. The second movement is basically a dumbbell stiff leg deadlift. For this, what you're going to do, keep your feet as wide as your hips. So if you're just jumping at a position and then you stop, wherever your feet stop, that is your jumping position. So stand there, grab both your dumbbells, stand up straight. You're going to keep the dumbbells in front of your thighs. From there, make sure your knees are in line with your heels. Keep pushing your hips back. Lower the dumbbell till your mid-shin. From there, stand back up. All right? Don't let the knees cross your heels. Go back down. Come back up. How you're going to breathe is, while you go down, inhale. Exhale while you come up. Okay, let's try a total of 5 reps. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Nice and simple, right? The third movement is going to be a dumbbell lunge. Again, we are not doing any complicated grip here. We're just holding it at the side, how a farmer would carry, okay? From here, what you're going to do is, we're going to do some forward lunges. I'm going to be standing at the back. Your feet, again, in hip width stance. From there, step forward, get into a lunge. Now, while you get into a lunge, make sure the front knee is above your heel, rear knee is under your hip every time, okay? From here, push, stand back, step forward, down, again, vertical, stand back up, and back. Let's try 2 more reps on each side, okay? And 1, 2. Again, on this one, while you go down, inhale. While you stand up, exhale. Okay? That's third movement of the workout today, okay? And the last movement is going to be a sumo deadlift. For the sumo deadlift, what we are going to do, any kind of sumo movement, we are going to basically at a sumo stance. What is a sumo stance? Your heels are going to be wider than your shoulders. In a normal squat, we keep our heels here. In a sumo stance, you're going to keep it wider, okay? Again, get the dumbbells in between. The way the workout is designed today, I would ideally want you to carry 2 dumbbells for the sumo deadlift, but if it feels very heavy, you can just do it with 1 dumbbell as well, okay? Get your feet wider than your shoulders, point the toes slightly outside, bend your knees, grab your dumbbell, stand all the way up. From here, what you're going to do is push your hips back, let the knees be in line with the toes, go down till the mid-shin and come back up. If you look at it from the side, look something like this. Focus on pushing the hips back, back. Bend your knees slightly, but they should be in line with the toes, and stand up, okay? I'm going to show you a diagonal view as well so that you can watch both. Get into a sumo stance. Let's do 5 reps, all right? In 3, 2, 1, go. Knees tracking toes, stand up straight. Weight on your heels, stand up straight. Inhale while you go down, exhale while you go up. Inhale while you go down, exhale while you go up. One more, inhale while you go down, exhale while you go up. All right? Simple, right? Dumbbell front squats. We're going to do dumbbell stiff leg deadlift, dumbbell lunges, and lastly, dumbbell sumo deadlift. So these are 4 movements. We're going to be working in the fashion 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, and we're going to be doing a total of 3 rounds. Take a small break, have some water, wipe off the sweat, and then we'll get started with the workout. Okay, everyone's ready? Let's start in the next 5 seconds. We're going to start off with dumbbell front squats. Okay, get ready. Feet hip width apart, toes pointing outside, dumbbells on your shoulders. And we begin in 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds of front squats. Nice and simple, keep moving. Remember, inhale while you go down, exhale while you come up. Weight should be on your heels, knees should be tracking toes. Good job, guys, halfway there. 10 seconds. Squat below parallel, but if your back is rounding while you do it, go as far as you're comfortable and rest. Excellent. Now, this is a workout where we are, rest for 30 seconds by the way. This is a workout where you're going to be using almost half your body in every interval. So, I suggest you start light and see how you feel and increase the weight as and when you proceed with the rounds. So, probably start with the lightest weight on your first round. If you feel comfortable, increase it for your second. If you feel comfortable, increase it for your third. I, for example, am using a 12.5, even though I can do it with a 17 or 20. Okay, let's go for the next movement. Dumbbell stiff leg deadlift. Keep moving. Keep your knees soft, but they shouldn't bend beyond a certain point. Okay, keep your back straight. Keep pushing your hips back. Knees should not cross your heels. They can be above your heels, but they should not cross your heels. They should be either behind or above your heels. Last 10 seconds. Let's keep moving. Inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up and rest. Good job, guys. The next movement is going to be dumbbell lunges. Now, while you're doing dumbbell lunges, you need stability, balance as much as you need strength. And strength becomes a secondary factor whenever you need stability and balance. So while you're doing lunges, even though the weight is light and you're finding it very difficult to manage, I would say slow down, focus on standing straight and more stable rather than getting more reps in. Okay, let's go. 30 seconds. Make sure your knees are exactly above your heels and the rear knee is exactly under your hip. Okay, remember, speed is not what counts. How well do you do the movement? Quality of the reps is what counts. So 50% done, guys. We're left with 10 more seconds. That's it. Keep moving. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. We're done with 3 movements. We're left with one more. The fourth one is basically dumbbell sumo deadlift. We're going to get into a nice sumo stance. Focus on pushing. Remember, a regular conventional deadlift is different from a stiff leg deadlift. As the name suggests, in the stiff leg, you're not letting the knee bend a lot. In your conventional deadlift, the knees will bend. Okay? So on the sumo deadlift, you can bend your knees slightly more, but on the stiff leg deadlift, you can't. Okay, and let's go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Halfway through. Even on the deadlifts, make sure your weight are on the heels, not on your toes. You should be able to wiggle your toes just like I am. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, that's a 30-second break, guys. Have that break. Catch your breath, have some water, wipe that sweat off. Of course, when we talk about all these things to be done in the rest, it doesn't seem like a long enough rest. Okay, 10 seconds and we move to round 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squat. Remember, nice and slow. Focus. Exhale at the top. Inhale while you go down. Okay, halfway through. Last 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1 and rest. Good job, guys. So if you notice, we are doing a lot of hip hinging. You're consistently pushing your hips back, flexing them, and then extending them back once again. So you're going to feel a lot of pump in your lower back. Every time you rest, make sure you just walk around a little bit so that the back is in its original posture. The more you're going to stand like this or this, it's putting more strain on your lower back. Stand erect, stand straight, and try and get some blood flow. And we begin in 3, 2, 1, dumbbell stiff leg deadlift. Exhale at the top. Inhale, exhale. Again, while you're doing your dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts, make sure you're not rounding your shoulders like this. Okay? While you're starting, pull your shoulders back and make sure you're holding them that way. And one more rep and rest. Good job, guys. It's 30 seconds and that's exactly halfway of workout 1. We have a total of 3 rounds and we've exactly finished 1.5. 15 more seconds before we get into lunges. Again, focus while you're doing your lunges. Stability is of utmost importance. Then comes balance. Once you have these two, you can try and increase your speed. All right? And we begin lunges in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, if some of you noticed, I started my lunges on my warm-up and my first set with my left leg. But on this round and in my last round, I'm going to start with my right leg. Whenever you're doing unilateral movements, you always have a bias. Your body will always prefer to start from one limb than the other. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so I was saying, every time you do a single leg or say a single arm movement, your body will always have a bias of using one side first. If you want a well-rounded development of strength and your muscles, you need to understand that and prioritize it accordingly. So we did 4 sets of lunges, started with 2 on my left leg, and I'm focusing on starting on my right on the remaining 2. Okay, let's get started for the dumbbell sumo deadlifts. We begin in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, going good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job, guys, good job. Okay, I'm done with 2 sets. Take that rest to wipe off that sweat. Have some water. If you still have some time left, catch your breath. Because this is the last set, you guys might want to consider jumping onto a heavier weight, okay? Let's start our dumbbell squats in 3, 2, 1, and go. Focus on every single rep. These are the last reps of squats you're going to do today. Okay, last 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent. Okay, that felt like a heavy set. Let's keep moving, guys. Just let the blood flow into your muscles. We've got 20 more seconds of rest. While you're resting, make sure you try and get as many deep breaths as possible. That actually helps you to recover much faster. Okay, on to dumbbell stiff leg deadlift and go. Shoulders retracted. Remember, imagine there's an orange kept between your shoulder and armpit. Squeeze that orange in while you're doing any kind of deadlifts. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. Again, deep breaths in. The workout is slowly kicking in. We can see with every 30 seconds we're sweating like hell. Okay, 10 more seconds before we start off with lunges. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, like I said, starting with my right leg. I can go faster than this, but that will kind of compromise on the quality of reps. So, doesn't matter. Go slow, but get everything right. Knees above your heel. Rear knee under your hip. Nice and strong. Weight on your heels. And 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to lead one more rep. Okay. Good job, guys. This is going to be our last interval. 20 more seconds of rest, and then we finish it off with 30 seconds of dumbbell sumo deadlift. Okay, 10 seconds. If everybody is sweating just like me, you're doing a great job. Just hold on to it. We're left with 4 more minutes after this. A nice and spicy ab finisher, okay? And let's go. Halfway through. Let's keep going. Remember, weight on your heels, back straight, shoulders pull back. And done. Excellent job, guys. Excellent. You deserve a good round of applause. If there's nobody around, clap for yourself. I'm going to try and catch my breath. It was a good workout. We're going to try and catch our breath in the next 2 minutes, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to explain you what the workout is for the finisher today. Okay? Like I said, it's going to be a legs and abs session today. So what we are going to do is, in the finisher, we are going to be focusing on abs primarily. We're going to be doing 2 movements. One is going to be a regular plank. The other one is going to be a reverse plank. Now, sounds very easy, right? But we're going to slightly spice it up. How you're going to do your plank is basically get into the top of your push-up position. This is going to be a position, okay? Now, when you keep your palms on the floor, I want you to imagine 3 points. One at the bottom of your palm, one at the finger joining the palm where your knuckles are, and the third one is your tip of your fingers, okay? You're going to keep these 3 points on the floor by contacting the floor. Everything else, you're going to just squeeze in so that they rise up. Okay? So I'm going to keep my palm here. I'll squeeze my fingertips in so that the 3 points that I mentioned are touching the floor. From there, elbow pits locked forwards, feet together, body parallel to the floor. This is how a regular palm plank would look like. But we're going to try and spice it up a little more. You're going to first squeeze your butt, and then try and squeeze your rib cage in to get into an actual palm plank position. Abs are squeezed in, rib cage is squeezed in. If you're finding it difficult to get onto this position, imagine a 1 rupee coin kept on your sternum right here. Okay? It's going to slip down. Okay? So what you're going to do is, once it's kept here, you're going to try and squeeze it and hold it hard. That is going to give you the position on your plank. So again, get back to a plank, feet together, squeeze your butt in, and now try and squeeze that coin. This will actually give you the position that we want to. Alright? Everyone get into this position, and let's try if we can see and hold this for 10 seconds. Okay? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. All those who could, excellent. If you couldn't, you can slightly take it easy and get into a push-up high plank position as well. That will still do the job for you. For those who could do it very easily, what you can try and do is, I'll ask you to wait for 1 or 2 rounds on the Tabata, but if you can, then what you can try and do is, try and get your toenails on the mat. Rather than keeping the foot, get your toenails on the mat and then squeeze your butt and squeeze your core. This is going to give you an amazing position, incredible activation on your core. Okay, so this is your movement number 1. For movement number 2, what we are going to do is, you're going to stretch your legs forward, keep your feet together, get your arms in a way where the fingers are going to be pointing backwards. Okay, from this position, you're just going to get your butt squeezed in as high as possible, look up towards the ceiling. This is something called a reverse plank. Okay, this will open up your shoulders, activate your hamstrings, glutes, and give you a good, nice, strong core as well. Again, get to this position. We'll try and see if we can hold on to 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Sounds easy, right? Excellent. Let's go ahead and hit a Tabata on this one. Giving you 2 minutes. Just wipe off your sweat. Have some water. You're going to feel thirsty in this one. Okay. For those who don't know what a Tabata is, it's basically 8 rounds of 20 seconds work followed by 10 seconds of rest. So how we are going to do it is, every odd interval, you're going to start out with a plank, 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, reverse plank, rest for 10 seconds, and then keep switching between plank and reverse plank as long as 4 minutes are done. Good to go? But make sure you're focusing on the points that I just mentioned. Keep your butt squeezed in, keep your core squeezed in, and even on the reverse plank, keep your butt squeezed in, knees locked out. I'll keep repeating them when we do, but these are the things that are going to make this workout spicy and effective. All right, let's get started. Get ready. I'm just going to re-grip this, and yeah, let's have the clock ready. Remember, Tabata, 8 rounds of 20 seconds work and 10 seconds rest. Let's go. Plank. Hold it. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Every time you have to do any kind of hold, the secret to be able to hold it longer is just keep breathing. Focus on breathing. You will not even realize how the 20 seconds have just passed by. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. That's it. Now, get ready for your reverse plank. Get your feet forward. The tricky part is, we are already done. 3, 2, 1, and reverse plank. Remember, squeeze your butt. Pull your shoulders back, elbows locked out, fingers relaxed, and hips tight. Knees should be locked. That is going to make sure you can activate your hamstrings. I can feel them burn already. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. A very effective and nice way to get your core as well as your lower body activated. Okay, get ready for your plank. And we begin in... Oh, time's already started. Those who can do it comfortably, try and get your toenails on the floor, palm on the floor, squeeze your core, lock your knees, and squeeze your butt. Hold it. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, guys. Effective core activation, effective posterior chain activation. And let's get to reverse plank and up. So there's a concept called mirror muscles and non-mirror muscles. All those muscles that you can look in the mirror when you see yourself in the mirror are called mirror muscles. And we'll continue on that discussion in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Moving back to our palm plank. The non-mirror muscles are all those muscles that you can't look in one glance. Say your hamstring, glute. Let's get back to the plank. So, your body functionality is a direct relation of how strong or how effective your non-mirror muscles are. And non-mirror muscles have another name to it, which is posterior chain. Glutes, lats, traps, everything that's behind your body. And rest. So, we try and train them more often so that we are more functional and have no problems with our posture, etc. Reverse plank and go. That is primarily reverse plank will be a great exercise for you provided you do it right. No, it hurts. Yes, it does hurt, but that's primarily because we've messed up our posterior chain pretty badly. And rest. See, nice piece of information, and we are already done with 6 rounds. We're just left with one more round each of palm plank and our reverse plank. Getting back to palm plank. Last round, guys. Make sure this counts. Squeeze your core, squeeze your butt, palms under your shoulders, toenails in contact with the floor. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Last round for reverse plank. And up. And hold this position. Remember, squeeze your butt. That is what is going to bring the effectiveness. If you are unable to, because it's hard, but that's what we are here to do, right? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent job, guys. Excellent. I know a lot of you feel like lying down, but don't. Okay? When your lungs are actually struggling to get in as much oxygen as possible, you should never lie down. If you can't sit with your legs cross-legged, you can get your legs straight forward. To sit down straight, try and get some deep breaths. I generally like to do 10 to 15. Let's do 10 deep breaths right now. Exhale and 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Keep going. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Excellent job, guys. We're going to get started with our stretches, but before that, let's for once wipe off the sweat. Have some water. It was a lower body workout. We don't need to specify the fact that it was very, very intense. People often tend to ignore their lower body workouts, but if you notice, your lower body is technically more than 50% of your body. So the more you're going to train it, the more it's going to help you with any goal, be it muscle gain, be it getting fitter, or just losing weight as well. Okay, so moving on to our stretches. Our first stretch is basically a quad stretch. We've done a bunch of lunges, we've done a bunch of squats, so we want to make sure that our quads are nice and relaxed after the end of the workout. So what you're going to do is you're going to get into a lunge position like this. The front leg is going to help you balance. You're going to pull the rear leg up as high as you can. While you pull it, make sure you squeeze your butt and hold. Hold this position for 30 seconds and go. So while you do this, the more you pull, the glutes are going to ask you to release it, but try and hold it tight. You're going to feel a good stretch right from the top of your quads till the bottom. Okay? Sit straight, balance using your front leg. Hold this position. 20 seconds up, 10 more seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Switch legs. Go back forward. Use the front leg to balance. Pull the rear leg up. Squeeze your butt. Hold. Good position. Feel a good stretch in your quads, specifically your hip flexors right at the top. That is the result of a good workout. That's how even having good balance and stability can get compromised if your muscles are tired, which is why we tell you how important recovery is. You don't grow as long as your body recovers. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, moving on to the next stretch. We did a bunch of lunges, squats, deadlifts, so our glutes are going to be fired up as well. So we need to stretch our glutes as well. So for that, we're going to do something called a figure 4 stretch, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to lie down on the floor, get one leg on the other knee in a way that the ankle is on the knee. From there, one arm goes from the outside, one arm goes from inside. Grab your hamstring, let the leg rest on your hamstring, pull this leg onto your chest. While you do that, you'll get a good stretch in your glute. Right now, I'm getting a good stretch on my left glute. When you switch legs, you'll get the same on your right glute. Just pull it and hold it for 30 seconds. While you do this, your leg will slowly start to slide up, but you want to make sure that it stays on the ankle, lock nicely. Again, while you pull your knee, you can pull it till here, but that's going to make sure your hips go off the floor. You don't want that. Hips should be in contact with the floor, and just try and pull your knee as much as you can. It will still give you a very good stretch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. While you switch, again, now this time you're going to feel it in your right glute. One arm inside, one arm outside. Grab your knee, get the leg back, and then pull. And that will feel you an amazing stretch on your glutes, on the right glute. Keep pulling. Like I said, the foot will slide. Pull it back down, stretch, and pull. Make sure your hips are in contact with the floor. Hips should not rise up. Hips in contact with the floor. If you're not able to pull very, very close to your chest, that's fine. The idea is to get the stretch, not pull the arm, pull the legs to your chest. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so we've taken care of our hamstrings. We've taken care of quads, glutes. Now it's time for our hamstrings. So what we're going to do is sit forward, legs completely straight, reach for your toes and bend forward. Okay, while you bend forward, make sure your knees are not bending. Knees are straight and locked, and bend forward. Hold this for 30 seconds. 1. You'll feel an amazing stretch in your hamstrings. If you can bend this much just like I do, you can take your arms forward, get it at the heel, get it at the bottom, slowly go down, touch the elbows down. The idea is to get a good stretch in your hamstring. That's it. Whatever helps you get that, excellent. If this is also something you can do, get your feet slightly wider, try and get your head between your knees. Point the toes towards yourself, and you should be good. Let's hold this a little longer because it's bilateral. 30 seconds are done. We'll try and hold this for 60 seconds because we've done 2 deadlifts today, and it's going to be a lot of hamstring work. Going good. Like I said, focus on getting your hamstring stretches, glute stretches. Anybody has any sciatica issues, this is your go-to stretch. Most of the sciatica problems comes because of hamstring and glute tightness. Just hold it. I specifically have a nagging left hamstring issue. Excellent. 1 minute up. Just for the purpose, because we've done some planks, we're going to add one more stretch, which is our cobra, and hold it for 30 seconds. Lie down in a push-up position. Get your hands just next to your chest, toes on the floor. Push yourself up. Let the hip go off the floor. Your body weight is only on your toes and your palms, and hold it. 30 seconds, and then we are good. Nice and simple. Try and look up. Don't let the thighs touch the floor. You might feel a good stretch in your lower back, in your shoulders. Again, don't let your shoulders round like this. Pull them back and hold it. If the body weight is too much for your wrist and your toes, you can slightly let the thighs touch the floor, but not too much. And hold. 3, 2, 1, and done. Excellent job, guys. That was an amazing lower body workout. As you can see, my laces have gone off, which means I put in everything I can. My shoes couldn't handle the torture as well. Okay, jokes apart. Excellent job today, guys. We did an amazing leg workout. We did a kind of a squat. We did a kind of a lunge. We did 2 kinds of deadlifts. Learned a lot about our lower body, how we need to train them, how we should look at it. Yeah, that's it from my end. As far as the workout is concerned, eat well, stay hydrated, recover well, and I'll see you once again on the other side with another dumbbell workout for you. If you guys post any workout selfies or any stories or anything related to your workout, don't forget to tag us at CultFit official, and you can also post all your updates on the Facebook group Stronger Together with Cult. Okay, on my count we're going to say 3, 2, 1, we are Cult, because that's the ritual that we do. All right, but today because we've done a lower body workout, at the end of 3, 2, 1 cult, we're just going to kick forwards. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. We are cult.
For more such workout videos, download the CultFit app now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Cult.